staying in Borno State. Struggling business activities in the once insurgency-ravaged state are set to be taking a multi-dimensional improvement. However, some small and medium business owners in Maiduguri are raising concerns about the state government's urban renewal initiative, which involves directing small businesses and the town streets to relocate. Many of these businesses are run by displaced persons who have resettled in the area after fleeing insurgency and violence in other parts of the state. News Center's Umaru Kirawa assesses the situation in our reports.
This is Meri area along the well-known Tashambama Road in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, where small and medium-scale business owners transact their trade daily. They are mostly displaced persons who have gone through the difficult times of insurgency. Urban renewal effort of the Borno State government is now their major source of concern.
'Yan ta'adda sun kashe mana rayuwa sama da mutum 5-6 muna da marayu sun kai 10 a gida. Mata ba mu san mun kai mun zubar da yara a cikin kan ba sai lalace. Amma tallafi muna ji ana yi wa manya. Mu ba mu san me ne yake wa tallafi wa, me karamin karfi bane tunda kai baka da bakin magana. Idan kai magana a buge bakinka.
Gwamnati da kana rigo an da kawun an da na gare wujin duro da an da gana na tin kawuna na zo an da wuri.
Mu mutanen Fosobis akwai mutanen da a wasu wuraren akan tashe su ma gaba daya. Amma mu sai aka ce wanda suka fita bakin titi suka fita kan hanya su tashi. Wanda ko kuma suke cikin jikin gini aka ce su zauna. Mu wannan abin da gwamnati ta mana ma muna godiya akan haka.
Without providing suitable alternatives for business, the government's urban renewal effort is said to only beautify the city and increase poverty, which will hinder the fragile process of rebuilding the state. The good news is that ultra-modern mall and shops have been built by the Borno State government, which were inaugurated by former President Muhammadu Buhari, among others that are yet to be inaugurated. These are still empty and non-functional, which can be distributed to boost the economy of the state.
Muna bukata wajen gwamnati abu guda ɗaya ne, ya duba jama'a al'umman nan suna cikin iya wuya, ya taimaka musu, kowa ba su wani abun da ya kamata guzuri, su samu su ci amfani moriyan wannan gwamnatin nan.
Yanzu kasuwan nan gashi ba kasuwa, komi baya tafiya daidai. Muna neman alfarma wajen gwamnati ya taimaka wa mutane.
Muna fata dan Allah dan annabi wannan magana in ta je har ga kunnensa to don girman Allah imana adalci.
A yi haƙuri a taimake mu a nema mana wani gun da za mu zauna mu nemi abinci. Shi ne kirana da kuma shawara.
To achieve the state's vision of realizing a secured, competitive agro-business and commercial hope anchored on prosperous, dignified people and sustainable development, as enshrined in the Borno State 25-year development framework, concerted efforts need to be taken by the government to support and effectively monitor the people. Umaru Kirawa, reporting for News Central TV, Maiduguri.
Professor Usman, Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, joins me now to help better understand this. Thank you very much, Prof, for giving us your time. I don't know if you saw the report by my colleague there. It showed two sides of a story. On the one hand, the government is building shops for people, but it's empty. And then you have these small and medium-scale businesses complaining that the renewal effort is chasing them out. What really can you tell us about this situation, and what will the government do to ensure that these artisans, so to speak, are not left out on the, on the sidewalk?
Thank you very much. The government's urban renewal program is a robust program that is situated within the 25-year development framework of the state. And that is making sure that the state capital and other urban areas within the state look state-of-the-art, up to date. And that will mean that we have to take care of those that are begging in the street, those that are hawking by the roadsides, and so on. And what government did was immediately after the Monday market was banned, and the market was rehabilitated and rebuilt. Government did a stock taking of the market, and in the process, it was realized that some structures were put in the wrong place, for example, on waterways. And the outer perimeters of the market was full of people that are not supposed to be there. And that was one of the reasons why even the fire started in the first place. So what government did is to make sure that the newly rehabilitated Monday market starts on a clean slate. And in the process, it was realized some people were, dislodged. And government did provide incentives for all this. Each person that had no stall in the first place but was affected by the policy was given 100,000 naira per person to go and start their business elsewhere, and with the promise that the second ultra-modern market that is being built and completed by the state, when allocation starts, they will be given priority. So the aim of the government is actually to make sure that the new Maiduguri and other urban areas look clean and look free of all encumbrances that will lead to incidences like fire disaster.
What are some of the challenges affecting the recovery efforts of the government?
Well, we have some challenges. One of the challenges, of course, we all know is security. Security remains fragile. We are under no illusion while we are recovering fast in terms of restoration of peace. But there are still sporadic attacks, in far-flung places, and as your report has shown earlier. So security remains fragile. We also have problems of inadequate credit facilities for businesses, and the high interest rate across the economy is also making businesses very difficult, and inflation is also a factor. The exchange rate is affecting not only Borno, but it's also a national problem. The dollar is $1 is over 1,000 naira, and the transportation problem, especially Maiduguri. Maiduguri is serviced by only one federal road into Maiduguri, and that road is overused, and air transport is very expensive. Rail transportation is still under repair, so we also have problem with transportation. And overall, in spite of all these problems, I make it bold to state on behalf of the Borno State government that government is still working very hard in order to provide incentives to businesses, provide facilities for skills acquisition. In each of the senatorial district, government has built mega skill acquisition centers.
It's safe to say it's a work in progress when it comes to revamping the economy and getting people working again. But then again, the issue of security remains. We brought the story earlier of 10 farmers that were killed. The community was unable to pay the 600,000 naira ransom. This is coming despite the efforts of the government to curb such attacks. How is the government reacting to this current news that 10 farmers, that's a loss?
Thank you very much. Our deep sadness goes to the families of those who were abducted. But let me say that these attacks are sporadic. They are opportunity attacks, especially where security agencies have just left or they are yet to come to, during shifts and so on. So the attacks are sporadic, but each attack is an attack too many. We know that. What we are doing to overcome is to use modern technology to track those who are abducted, and to use the safest and the most effective means to bring back those who are kidnapped. And also the government, the security agencies are working very hard around the clock. They have upscaled their strategy and their tactics of making sure that those attacks are minimized and overcome altogether.
We certainly wish you all the best with your efforts to restore peace and security in Borno State. Thank you very much, Commissioner, for speaking with us.
Thank you so much.